Welcome to the Coaching for Abundance February podcast. I'm your presenter, Lynn Anderson, and our topic for today is not allowing technology to take over your life. As Albert Einstein said, it has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. So are you allowing your technology to take over your humanity? There certainly are some good things or good ways to use technology. Technology allows you to have much more flexibility. You can work from home. You can work out at the beach. You can work anywhere you like. You can work at Starbucks. Great flexibility in where you're at and where you do your work. Cost effective. Certainly the use of technology has improved processes and allowed us to get work done faster and easier, reducing the cost. And every time you see a new data plan, it reduces the cost of the old technology. So technology is very cost effective. Technology allows us to stay in touch with our loved ones, with the people that we know, with our network. Even people maybe who we don't see on a regular basis. We can use our social networking technology to stay in touch with their lives. We also have an abundance of information and data that we can access 24/7 using technology. So those are all good things that technology has brought us. But what are some of the bad things that we need to be concerned about or be aware of so again we don't lose our humanity? Some of the bad things, and I'm sure you can come up with some things too, you're not focused. Many times we're using technology in the middle of doing other tasks and we lose our focus. We're right in the middle of creating a presentation, doing a report, having a discussion or a meeting, and our cell phone or iPad rings. We lose our focus when that happens. So a lot of times technology can cause us to lose our focus. We can think we're multitasking using our phone, our technology, our laptops, our iPads, but many times we again are losing our focus, and the multitasking does not give us stellar results. In fact, research has shown that multitasking reduces your performance. So therefore we become really more inefficient and ineffective because again we're losing our focus, we're not using our whole mind, our whole body, our whole soul in looking at that situation or that interaction. We sometimes can become scattered due to the technology. The technology rings and again we stop what we're doing. We start doing another thing, maybe we get an alert, and based on that alert, again, we lose our focus and lose some of our effectiveness, so we can become scattered. And the last thing that technology does, and I see it on a regular basis, it really makes us very rude and very hard and very harsh. One, with a lot of technology, unless we're Skyping and seeing someone's face, again, we don't have that body language, that interaction on a personal level. The other thing is many times when we're focused in a discussion with someone, whether it's a meeting, a one-on-one discussion, or even at dinner with your family, the technology rings, it changes your focus, and for whatever reason, most people, again, answer the phone and extremely rude to the people that you're with at that point in time. Unless it's extreme emergency, nothing is that important. It should be the people that you're with at that time that are the most important. Some things to help you control, some etiquette tips to help you control your technology. First thing is turn it off. Then you won't lose focus and you won't be diverted and you won't be rude. So turn off your technology when you go into a key meeting, when you're at events, when you're having discussions with individuals, even when you're home with your family and you have a family outing or family dinner. Turn off the technology. 9 times out of 10, the call can wait. I like to say a rule of thumb is to return calls when you can focus on the caller. So maybe first thing in the morning when you get to your office, check your voicemails, check your messages, and return calls. Schedule some time in your day to return calls. And then turn off your cell phone and any other type of technology that would alert you to information or the rings or the sounds or the twings that come back when you receive text or calls. Turn that off and then focus on the activity that you're doing. Maybe you have 2 major presentations or deliverables that you have to get done that day. When you're working on those deliverables, turn off the unnecessary technology, your cell phone, your text. I mean, if you're doing a presentation, you might need your laptop, so you might have to turn that on. But don't sign into your email account. Focus on creating the presentation. Then when you completed that document or that presentation, then with some focused time, check your emails, check your voicemails, return the calls, return the emails. So schedule some time throughout the day to do that. The other times, turn it off. I like to say, check your email and even your voicemail 2 to 3 times per day only. That way, you're very focused on that activity. You can even schedule it in your day timer or on your calendars, your Google calendars, your Outlook calendars, whatever calendars you use. Schedule that time. A rule of thumb on how many times a day you might need to do this is how many emails you receive per day. If you only get less than 100 emails per day, you can just check your email once a day. If you're a little bit worried about that because something important might come in, then check it at the beginning of the day and then toward the end of the day, 2 times a day. If you get 300-400 emails, you might need to schedule about 3 times per day again. Don't use technology instead of conversations. So, for instance, if it's an involved response that you have to have with the email or with the question that's been asked, or it's a fairly big issue that needs to be resolved, don't do it over email. Pick up the phone and call the individual or schedule a meeting face-to-face with that person or that group. Don't do it by email. Anytime an email is going to go back and forth more than 2 times generally means you should pick up the phone and have a discussion, or you should schedule a meeting. Certainly you want to use and leverage technology to keep in touch with your network and to create an image of you, the same image you have both online and offline. We talked about creating that image in last month's podcast, so you can go back and review that podcast. But once you have that brand, you want to be consistent both online and offline. So certainly, again, an etiquette tip is to be aware and know that anyone can see, or even assume that anyone can see what you're typing or you're talking about. So you want to be very professional, very controlled, and very upfront with that discussion. And you want to have an image that's the same for you both online and offline. So when someone sees you online and relates with you, and then they see you in person, it'll be a consistent image. And the last tip is to help you with your decision making. When you get all these emails or all these tasks, you want to first recognize what you can delete. A lot of times we get so much information overload, so many emails, and to be honest, according to Microsoft, about half of those emails can be deleted immediately. That's on average. You can choose to delegate a task that you get or an email to someone else, or you can do it yourself. And if you can do it for yourself in less than 2 minutes, you want to act on that immediately. And between the delegating it and the doing it in less than 2 minutes, about 30% of your emails most likely fall in that category. And then the last is the emails that you want to defer. Those that you want to take some more time to concentrate and put maybe on your calendar or as a task on your to-do list to follow up with. Or I like to create a to-do file in my email in basket so that I know that those are tasks that are going to be taking me more than 2 minutes, are involved, and that I need to follow up on at a later time. So that's about 20% of the emails that you get should be in that category. Say deferring it. If you're getting emails and you're deferring more than 50%, I would say that's a sign that maybe you're keeping too many emails yourself. Maybe you're not delegating them or responding as quickly as you'd like. So I hope these tips help you. Certainly if you're out of the office, on vacation, anytime, you want to have an out of office, both email and voicemail, to let people know that you are not going to respond to them in a quick or efficient manner. Give them parameters of when you're going to respond. I'm checking emails at the end of the day. I'm checking emails when I return on the 13th. Again, respect that people will understand, and with that information will probably leave you alone. So knowledge is really powerful in that situation. Also, don't be afraid to have a response, at least initially. If you start checking your email maybe only 2 times a day, you might consider having a response to emails that are sent to say, hey, I only check emails twice a day, in the morning and in the late afternoon. So if your email comes in and it needs immediate response, you might want to pick up the phone and call me, or you might want to know that you're going to have to reach out to me directly because I won't be checking my emails during that time. It's highly unlikely that any email needs an immediate response, but you shouldn't be tied to your email. Just because your email comes to your phone, comes to your iPad, can be done at any time, anywhere, that doesn't mean you have to be distracted from your human interactions that you have, or even your own interactions, your own time, your own focus in getting your work done. You don't have to interrupt that flow, interrupt those discussions, interrupt those key sessions with technology. Use technology to benefit you, and you'll be right on target. Also, don't use technology to replace human interaction and human discussion. Innovation comes and creativity comes through that interaction and that discussion. So you definitely don't want to lose that innovation or lose that creativity. In closing, don't let technology take over you. You control it. Embrace the use of technology effectively. Definitely use it to your advantage and have it allow you to provide that flexibility that you need in your life to meet your goals and meet your objectives. Don't let it cause rude or unfocused behavior. That's generally what I see. 9 times out of 10, most individuals, while they don't mean it, maybe they're being very rude, and they're also being very unfocused and very unfair to themselves and their quality of work. Don't let the technology rule you. You rule the technology. Certainly let it allow you to be flexible and efficient, as I talked about before, and control it, and don't substitute the technology for human interactions. That stifles not only those thoughts, those feelings, that interaction, but it also stifles your creativity and your innovation. So don't let it do that. Technology can be great when used effectively and used in the right manner. So I hope this has been insightful for you and helps you to better control the use of technology. Have a great February, a happy Valentine's Day with your sweetheart. Certainly when you're out, if you're doing a special Valentine's event, turn off your technology and focus on your loved one. Thanks a lot. This is Coaching for Abundance and our February podcast.